Hey, man, we are back, man. And look, man, like I always say, we bringing that heat every week. We are one of the hottest pro wrestling podcasters in Houston, Texas, man. Always lit. You know, we always in the mix, going to all the shows, interacting with the fans, behind the scenes footage with the wrestlers, interviewing the wrestlers. Hey, man, you know, we love wrestling so much, man. We want more than just interviewing the wrestlers. We want the referees. We want the promoters. We want the people that do the put the ring together. We want everybody, man. We all in the mix, man. With that being said, welcome to the Big Propaganda Wrestling Podcast Network. Bro, I'm happy to be here. And you already know we're about to turn it up, man. I'm Mikey Manslaughter Facts, the wrestling meteorologist.
And I'm Don't Watch Me, Watch Dynamite TV, Guru Dynamite. And today, hey, man, I got merch today, man.
We got merch, man.
It's going to be all day. We doing this
all
damn
day.
Yeah. Let me go ahead. I ain't got my reading specs on, y'all, so specs.
Yeah, I got the specs.
Showing my age. We have a two-time reality wrestling heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Texas champion of reality wrestling. We have a television champion of reality wrestling. We have the Texoma Pro Champion. We have Lion Pride 360, Lion Pride Sports 360 champion twice. Inspire Pro Undeniable champion twice.
Yeah.
Whew, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of champions.
Man,
you know what? I'm gonna just say it like this. Hey, man, we have one of the most well-decorated, well-athletic, well-traveled, awesome guy, great guy, superstar. Oh, man, Mr. Will Allday is in the building, man. All damn day.
What's his name?
What's my name? All day, baby.
All day, man.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for reading off that little script that my mom gave you to read. So thank you very much. It made me feel really good. She says the same things, you know. I appreciate it. You build me up, right? It's tough out there. It's tough out there.
Oh, man. Dude, man, first off, thank you for coming, man.
Thank you guys for having me. You know, I've been watching you guys for a little bit, and I was a little bitter that, you know, it took so long to give me a call.
Oh, man, you
know.
So in our defense, you were getting married. You had a shoulder surgery as well.
That's true. Bicep. Yep.
Bicep surgery. Sorry about that. And you also bought a house.
That's true.
So, hey, man, you had a lot on your plate. We didn't want to mess with you while you was doing all that, you know? So, hey.
Yeah, but I'm constantly hungry, man.
I'm going to take a little bit of the blame, man. I was, you know, I should have made the call. I should have made the call. With that being said, he's here now, so let's turn up, man.
Let's turn up.
Oh, man, Mr. Will all damn day.
Yes, sir.
This, what we love in pro wrestling, how... I'm going to say this. What inspired you to become a pro wrestler? What caught your eye? What was it, a match? Was it just, you know, because wrestling is awesome. So how did you get into this awesome world that we live in?
Well, when you build it up like that, it's hard not to, right? It's awesome, right? I've always been an athlete. I played, you know, multiple sports at a time growing up. And so it was just a natural transition. I wasn't going to go play any pro sports. Where I was kind of capped off was college. And then I played football there for a little bit. And I was kind of lost for a little bit, and I didn't want to stop being an athlete. The only thing I wanted to be when I was younger was a performer of some type, an athlete, a showman, an entertainer, and a rock star, an actor. And this is kind of all that wrapped in one. Right, and so it was just right up my alley. It was calling my name for a little bit, and I actually didn't get into it until like 5 years after I graduated college. And it was eating at me every single day. Every single day I woke up and I went to the office, and I was miserable thinking what I wasn't doing versus what I was in there doing. And you know, it was one of those, can you cuss on this show?
Oh, yeah. You can.
Okay. It was one of those shit or get off the pot moments, right? And it was like, man, I've been sitting on that toilet for a long time, right? And I needed to either get up and go, or I needed to do what I came to do. So, you know, all fecal jokes aside, you know, I jumped in, and I never looked back. I looked for the best wrestling school in the nation, and that, thank God, happened to be right here in Houston, Texas, where I'm from. 2-time Hall of Famer, 5 or 6-time champion, Booker T, right down the road. And I went in there, and I knew that I didn't want to go in there, and I didn't want to just have it as a hobby. I didn't want to just do it for fun. This stuff hurts way too much to do it just for fun, even though a lot of guys do it for fun. I've always been a guy who wants to be the best at everything he does. And so from day one, I wanted to go in there and know that I could be the best. And here we are. So that tells you exactly what my mindset was when I stepped in there on day one.
Oh, man, that means a lot because, we interviewed a lot of guys and girls from there, Reality of Wrestling, and they got some stories about that first day being in there, and you have to keep coming back and, almost giving up and, the pressure and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So for you to say you wanted it from day one, man, that means a lot.
Yeah. They tried to run me through the ringer, and every single thing that they did, I did it. I got up and I said, what's next? What's next? That's what I'm always asking. What's next? What's your favorite championship? The next one. What's your favorite match? The next one. Right? You can't look back. Even though I do look very fondly on everything that I've done, I'm always looking to the future. Everything that I've done, I'm proud of, but I'm always looking for what's next, what's bigger, what's better, what's badder.
Okay, with that being said, too, because I want to segue on into that, how did you build yourself up in the whole process of this identity of Mr. Will All Damn Day? Because, to me, you're the total package. You've been champion at Reality of Wrestling. You've been that top guy. To me, still is that top guy. How did you build what we know is Mr. Will All Damn Day?
I think that comes down to confidence in what you bring to the table. A lot of people ask me kind of the same question in different ways when they're asking for advice on getting into the wrestling business, right? And it's a two-tiered answer for me. It's being self-aware of what you bring to the table, but then once you know exactly what you bring to the table, you got to be pretty confident in who you are, what you are, and what you bring. And from the beginning, I was just very confident in who I was, and that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because it comes off to somebody who's not confident in what they bring to the table as arrogance, even though it's not. I don't think that I'm a better person than anybody in there, right? But I know exactly what I can do and what I'm going to bring every single time I step in that ring. And I also put it to you guys this way. You guys as artists, right? You guys do multiple things within the entertainment industry. If you don't believe in what you're doing, how is anybody on the other end of that going to believe in what you're doing?
Yeah. Oh, that's, that is right? Great. I like that.
Yeah, you can't do something and go out there and stand in the middle of the ring in front of all these people and shy away from the limelight. You got to embrace it, and you got to be uber confident in who you are as you are doing what you're doing to allow those people in emotionally to believe in you, right? It's authenticity. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It's authenticity in who you are. And I think that reverberates and it emanates from me, so people see that and they can trust that. You can trust somebody who's authentic. I'm not telling anybody any lies in there with anything that I'm doing. Everything that I tell you guys here in the ring is always the truth. I don't want to lead you guys astray, and I think that helps a lot of people gravitate towards what I do.
Sorry for taking over.
But, you got it.
One of my favorite wrestlers in the building.
Oh, so, thank you.
I gotta,
thank you.
Ask these questions.
Even though you didn't.
Yeah, even though it took you 6 years to give me a phone call.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Actually, it wasn't even you. He gave me the phone call.
That's crazy. Wow.
Man,
wow.
Mike.
What are we doing here?
Can we go to commercial? No, just no, but in all seriousness, though, so representation is key in a lot of different things, and for any company, even multiple champions of a lot of places, different companies and everything like that, promotions, for them to come in and say, hey, you know what, we love what you're doing. We want you to represent us as our company, as our champion. How does that make you feel, and how do you keep pushing once you're a champion, thought process behind that?
I think, obviously, that's going to be a different answer for anybody you ask that to, right? Obviously, I'm proud. I'm proud of what I've done to get there. I'm proud of what you think that I bring to the table. I'm proud that you're able to hitch your wagon to me when you do put a championship on me, because it's not just me and my talent winning that championship, right? It's the believability in me. It's you believing in me doing this interview with you guys. It's Booker believing in me going in that ring and executing every single time. It's me getting on the microphone in front of an interviewer backstage and believing that I'm going to convey the right message. So that's important to the company, and that makes me proud. I try not to be too prideful. So again, another two-tiered answer.
Yeah. Hey man.
Yeah, I like to talk.
There is no such thing as too prideful, man. You just are confident in the abilities that you have.
I am.
And you work damn hard for it.
I work my ass off.
So I mean, that's why I always say, man, you're not. I don't like the arrogant word. I don't like all that either because you work. If you put in the work, it should show.
You know what's crazy though? After the show, it's like a line wrapped around the corner. Fans always, want to take pictures. Well, I've seen it. I've been at the shows.
Yeah.
People taking pictures with you and kids and everything like that. I mean, having these fans come up to you and, that means something.
It means a lot.
It means
he's gonna
something.
steal the show.
Yeah. And you know what? Like I put a lot of pressure on myself. So there's a lot of promotions you go to and a lot of fans there that put a lot of pressure on you. That's nothing compared to what I'm putting onto myself. So, there is a lot of pride in what I do, but it's just another day. It's okay. Like this is just routine for me. I'm going to take that. I'm going to kill it, and I'm going to do it again. Okay. So while I say I do have a lot of pride, it's also like as an athlete growing up, what's next? Yeah. What am I doing next? Okay, cool. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win that tonight. I'm confident that I'm gonna win that tonight. And when I do, where am I going? Who am I facing? Mm-hmm. Right? What plane am I catching? Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. So I'm always looking to the future because I look at it as like, well, yeah, this is something that I'm going to get done. I don't have any. I have full faith in myself that I'm going to get the job done. And I think that that's how you got to look at life. I think that's how you got to look at anything that you do. Yeah, is having full faith in like the accomplishment that you're going, or the job that is going to be accomplished. And so it's nice. And speaking about the line of kids, that I didn't get into it for that. I didn't get into it for to be a role model. But I think as you grow and as you age and with experience, that's actually become one of the most rewarding things to me, is being able to go out there and not just in the ring, because that's something different. That's talent, that's charisma that you're exuding, but being able to talk to these people and win these people over here in person, and being able to just be a genuine person to these people, and that wins a lot of people over. And I think that that's something important that a lot of the guys now don't do a whole lot of. And I wish that they would. I wish that you guys would do that, because that's the most important thing, is making a connection with these people, a true connection with these people. And, again, that's just the most important thing to me now, because I realize, all this other stuff's going to fade, but the genuine connection, the way you make people feel, is really, like, at the end of the day, what this is about.
Got you. You've been killing that reality of wrestling. You've been in some main event matches, some bangers. Who is somebody there that you've worked with that you had some great in-ring chemistry and just a great vibe in the ring,
It's always easy to get in there with Cam Cole. I mean, he's just so good at what he does, and he's good at garnering a reaction from the crowd, especially a bad reaction. Yeah. He's just so good at it. He's so good at rubbing people the wrong way. And the same thing with Matty Ice. They're so good in that ring that even if they miss something small that you would never notice, they're so good that they can cover that up, and we can go in there and we can have a great match, and we can garner a great reaction. Those guys are two of the best that I've ever been in the ring with, and I've been in the ring with some really, really good people all over the world. And those two, I think are very, very underrated, and people that should be getting a lot more notice.
outside, I want to know that I want that question, same question, but outside of reality wrestling.
Outside of reality or wrestling, you want to know who's chemistry wise? Yeah. Oh man, gosh, there's a guy named Mike Anthony in Memphis.
Yeah,
and he started to do some reality wrestling stuff.
Yeah. I like.
But he's a Memphis guy, and that's where I started tangling with him at first. And I think I've wrestled him twice up there. And again, he's so seamless. He's so good. He's so smooth at what he does, and he brings an intensity to the ring that not a lot of people do, and that's important to me, especially as an athlete. I'm doing this to win. I'm doing this, because I want to enforce my will over you, right? That's what you do when you go into battle, right? It's me versus you, and sorry, dude, it's going to be me, And he has the same mentality, and I think it's I think it deserves a lot more respect, and I think once he gets more eyes on him, I think a lot of people will start seeing that.
I know we was talking about Cam before you hit your question, but I was gonna say, man, that dude look like he could quit wrestling right now and go straight to Hollywood. That dude is jacked.
Yeah,
I mean, he got the look. Like he look like he can be in some
Baywatch
movies,
movie.
man.
Yeah.
He got that look, man.
Just don't let him talk. No, I'm just kidding. He's great at that too.
Yeah. Oh man,
I did want to ask. So this is a pressure question.
Okay.
More pressure. Getting married, first time meeting Booker.
Oh man, getting married was nothing. No.
wow.
I got asked that so many times, as you do on like your wedding day. It was, are you nervous? And I was like, no. You know why? Because I'm very confident in the decision that I'm making, and it wasn't a spur of the moment emotional decision. It was something that was weighed and measured. But also, I found just the most amazing woman. I found somebody who measures up to the level that my mom, that my mom is. I'm a daddy's boy and a mama's boy. I'm just a family man, and I just think my mom's like the greatest person in the world. Truly, there's not enough time on this podcast to go through that. But I just think she's amazing, and I finally found somebody who measures up in every way, and it's just so caring and loving and nurturing, and it was so easy. Everything we do is easy, so that was cake. Even the wedding part, it was cake. It was just a performance. It was me getting up in front of people, which I do all the time. So it was nothing. It was just surrounded by loved ones, family, and friends. It was awesome. It was one big party, right? Oh, yeah. And that was great. Meeting Booker was a little more intimidating, right? He's a big freaking dude,
yeah, he's big.
right? And he almost kind of carries himself like a drill sergeant when you get in there, because it's his house. You don't put your feet on the couch in his house. So you gotta mind your P's and Q's, when you're first starting out. And I think that's a good thing. I think demanding respect like that is a good thing, because I think that's lost in today's world too. And he's an old school guy. I'm an old school guy, just not as old school. But yeah, he's intimidating. I just, again, I've had coaches all throughout my life that are hard asses. I got yelled at Booker one time, a few years in, and I had like 8 or 9 people walking over to me, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm just like, what? Get away from me. I'm fine. Yeah.
Wow. I was just about to go to how's the locker room.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny about that though? And this is what. So now that he said that, intimidating. Who's more intimidating, him or Charmel?
Ooh, yeah, tough. Charmel's a sweetheart. I mean, she can. It's her house too.
Yeah.
It's just as much her house as it is Booker's house, and so she can get kind of snippy when things aren't going the way she wants them to go, just like Booker. So it's a toss up there. They're both tough. But again, they're also both down to earth, and they're both good hearted people too. So it's, you're asking me who can be tougher in the situation. It's hard to answer.
No problem.
So since you've been there, I want to know, how do you feel about the growth since you've been there from when you started to now? seeing the development of stars and the talent and the roster, and now NXT talent's there, and like the Memphis guys and the other promotions that's coming in. Yeah. And again, like I said earlier, Relative Wrestling is a couple fans shy of 800,000 subscribers on YouTube, plus the CW television deal. So there's eyes on the product is there. And then with the merger of the other companies, there's eyes in other states.
Yeah.
With,
well, we're a national company now. Exactly. We're on TV all over the country.
Yeah.
Hundreds of stations. And, we got something in the works that, just breaking news is going to be, we got a new show coming, hopefully, here in the next few months that's going to put even more eyes on us.
What's crazy is I remember being at work out there in Beaumont, and I turned the TV on. Reality Wrestling was on. I was like, wait a minute, we were watching this in Beaumont?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not just Texas. Yeah. It's all over the country.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And, I've only been doing this for 6 years, right? And that's not a long time. Yeah. But I would bet on myself, and I would go over to California, and I would wrestle in the promotions over there in California, and I would do that in Tennessee, and I would do that in Illinois. And I would do that, and I would start making these contacts and networking. And, now we're working with Dave Marquez, who's another big show, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood or Primetime Live. And, I actually kind of opened the door for Booker and Dave to work together. And then the same thing with Memphis. I was the guy to first step foot in Memphis to open the door there to start bringing guys back and forth. And, I'm never going to get that credit. Thanks, Book. No, but, I don't care about that. Yeah. I care about, opening the door for other people and giving other people opportunities, or allowing other people to get opportunities. I don't give anything, right? It's not mine to give. But if I can, in some sort of way, help people out, I think that's actually my mission in life is, putting a hand out and helping somebody up. I'm not going to give somebody something, but I'll help you. I'll help you get to where you want to get. And I think that's as much rewarding for me as it is winning all this stuff myself, is allowing other people the opportunity and helping coach and guide people to make these accomplishments themselves.
So speaking, going back to your injury, mm-hmm. How does that feel to just be kind of on top and then an injury just derail you?
Man, so when it first happened, the day it happened, I had a huge opportunity coming up the very next day. I did it on a Friday. I had a unnamed 3-letter organization coming to watch me the next day. So it was really crappy timing. And so I was pretty down that whole night. And then I'm a man of faith. And so when I woke up that morning, there's nothing I can do at that point to make this go my way. So what I do is I just look to God in moments like that, and it really comforts me just doing that. But also I sit there and I listen and I wait for an answer, and the answer is essentially well, I do have all this stuff going on, like you said in the beginning. I got married. I just bought a house. I got a lot of life-altering changes that just happened a month prior. And then my dog was sick with cancer, and, I raised him as a single dad for, 11, 12 years. And he was on the downhill. And so I looked at it as man, maybe this is God telling me that I need to slow down. Yeah. I need to just chill out and spend some time with my boy and spend some time with my new bride and spend some time at home. And I looked at it like that. I looked at the silver lining. There's nothing I could do after it happened except work my ass off to get back in record time, which I did, 3 months, and here I am.
Yeah. I was just going to say that. You were back pretty fast, and I was like, wow, okay.
We'll see how this weekend goes.
Well, since we're on that subject, let's go into it, man. And look, I want to apologize to Mr. Allday today because the Big Propaganda Wrestling podcast always seems to have him getting the worst end out of the video clips that we put out. I do want to apologize for that.
I'm sorry, man.
That's okay.
That's me posting, so I'm sorry.
But you had a Terrell Tempo come back.
That's right.
and pretty much physically assault you and basically call his shot and say he wants you at Summer of Champions.
Yeah, and you know what? What he did, like we had shaken hands, we had agreed. You know, I'm a competitive man. He's a competitive man, and so we agreed that would happen. And for him to do what he did after that was, you know, obviously it's him making a point, right? But you know, tempo does fit him because the tempo of what he brings to the table is kind of boring and lulling. So, you know, you bring in a little electricity in the name of Will Allday, then, you know, you're going to make yourself some magic. So, you know, tempo, now that you're back, it's been a while. See how quickly you move. We'll see how quickly you think. And, you know, I'm not going to be coming in with a brace on my elbow this time. I'm going to be coming in with 2 fully functioning arms. I'm going to be coming in with 2 fully functioning feet, and I'm going to kick your damn head off your shoulders.
I like it.
I like it.
I like
I already said probably it's gonna steal the show.
Wow. I mean, yeah, all I'm going to say is go get y'all tickets now. Click the link in Reality Wrestling bio and get your tickets right now, man. You got to be there. You don't want to miss this.
You do not want to miss it, man. So let me ask you this question. Coming back from this, is there a little bit of the ring rust and jitters in that particular moment? The first couple moments, because this is not your first injury, I'm assuming. So do you have those moments of jitters before your return match of any kind?
Well, it actually is my first surgery, so we'll see. You know, I always have butterflies, but it's not because I'm nervous. It's because I'm excited. It's because I can't wait to get out there, and you know, I do put a lot of pressure on myself, so there's always going to be those butterflies no matter what. You know, and they always say once those leave you, you know, you ain't doing the right thing anymore. You're not following the right career path. And, you know, Tempo being my favorite wrestler growing up, and him coming back from retirement, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun for me. It's going to be fun for me to, no, I'm just kidding. I'm running him down a little bit, but he did it physically to me. So, you know, he ain't here right now. I gotta give it back a little bit.
You
gotta take your shots.
Yeah, and Saturday I'm going to take a lot of shots. You know, I'm not going to be holding back. This is going to be, you know, just a straight up wrestling match. This is going to be, like I said earlier, this is going to be one man's will against another. And, you know, the greater will is Will Allday. That's who's going to be having their hand raised at the end of the day.
I love that play on words.
Yeah, all damn day, man. All damn day.
And all damn night, Saturday night. So get your tickets now because it's going to be a hell of a show.
Oh, man. That match there. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not betting nobody on that one.
I ain't betting nobody on that one either. I'm going to go ahead and go with Will on this one. Since we've already given him the wrong end of the
That's
stick
right.
and everything
That's right.
all the time. So yeah, no, I got my money all day on this one, man.
Yeah. I'm putting all my cards in, all my chips in.
Yep.
It's on Will, man.
I mean, Will gave us shirts on.
That's right. What did Tempo do? No, you know what's so funny about Tempo is when I started, he was the top guy. He was the guy that you looked up to, and the guy that was the example for everybody. So, you know, there's not all bad things to say about Tempo. I got a little bitter taste in my mouth because of the last show, right? But before that, he was an example for the locker room. He was an example in the ring. He was an example as a man. And, you know, somewhere along the lines that changed. But, you know, maybe that changed because he has been gone and he needed to make a statement. Right? And so I can respect that. And I can respect everything he's done because he's been there. He's done it all. He's been at the top. And, you know, before he went on his way out, you know, things changed. And I fought my way up there. And I think it'll be a good test of skills, me and Tempo. You know, he's going to come in. He's going to be bigger, stronger. I'm going to be quicker, faster. And at the end of the match, you know, the better man should win. You know, and I'm going to trust that he doesn't take any cheap shots, but if he does, I'll be ready for it.
I want to give you your flowers and highlight some things real quick.
Okay.
Um, it's always good to see people that we see that we, I guess you want to call like home, how we say like homegrown talent that we see. To see y'all make it, well, use my words correctly, to see y'all on TV and the big screen, AEW and all those great promotions, man, that brings us so much joy. And as a wrestling fan, I'd be so happy for y'all. That makes me feel so great to see y'all there. I mean,
see that we literally watched your progression.
How does something like that come together, man? Like, you know,
Well, you know, that doesn't start.
I'm not gonna cry.
It doesn't start just on TV. It starts with this right here. It starts with making a connection here. Because if you don't know that person or you haven't been following that person, you're not emotionally involved with that person. So it starts on the ground, like just making these connections. And you feel a lot more once those people get there because you're like, I know that guy. He's a good guy.
I was like,
He's a
I
good
know
guy.
that's
I like
Will.
that guy. Yeah.
That's Will. Hey, I'm hitting the group chat. Hey, y'all see Will out there on TV? Y'all see him? Y'all tune in right now.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that.
Like, so how does that feel like being amongst that a crowd of that many fans? Like what's the difference of feeling between there and I'm just at reality wrestling? Like it's bigger audience, the
right?
Stage,
yeah,
the stage presence.
Yeah, I mean, reality wrestling's a little more intimate, but we still pack that house with a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? There's a lot
of
of people, and there's a lot of energy in that room. And I think really the only difference, feeling wise, is you can if I'm in the reality wrestling ring, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I can hear you. I can see you.
Yeah,
it's hard to do that with everybody in the Toyota Center.
Yeah,
I've done that a couple times, and it's awesome. It's really cool, but it's like the noise doesn't hit you as quickly as the noise does at a reality wrestling show. That intimate atmosphere, I think, is what really wins a lot of people over. If they're not a fan before, if they're like, nah, I don't want to watch that stuff. I see it on TV. It's like, well, come to a show. Come to a show, and I bet you don't feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I bet you have a hell of a time. And you got a lot more respect for what we do, seeing it up close and in person. And so I enjoyed that aspect of it. I enjoyed both.
Yeah.
Right. I did the Fertitta Center too.
Yeah, Fertitta Center. Yeah.
A couple times, and to hear people chanting my name there was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's there's nothing like reality wrestling to me because it's home.
Yeah. I was just because I know like when I saw you on there, I went online and it's like everybody was like reposting it.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm like, man, this. I don't know. I'm trying not to fanboy.
I'll tell you one thing about that. Wrestling in Texas, if you're a wrestler that comes out of Texas, best believe the state, the city, anywhere you're from, they are going to support you. They're going to
have your back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I know you have noticed it going to the Fertitta Centers and the Toyota Center to actually hear that's Will Allday and stuff like that. I know because that's the support.
Yeah.
The wrestling community in general is just very supportive, but down here in Texas,
yep,
man, if you got us behind your back, man, you got everybody behind your back.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a truth. It's a truth.
Like in general, man, this is a great time to be a wrestling fan. We getting, oh man, all over the world, man. It's just been awesome, man. Just, I don't know, I love it. I'm invested in a lot of.
There's a lot of stuff
things,
going on, and there's a lot of opportunities for people. And then the more opportunities for people, the more people that you see, that you know.
Yeah,
sure. Getting those opportunities, and that's exciting. That's cool, because that means that there's more chances for the boys to get a contract or get some money or get their name out there.
Yeah.
Right, and that's really exciting. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and one thing I did notice, to me, strong guy. I know you say you're an athlete,
yes, sir.
In college and sports and everything like that. How was your working out? Your routine and stuff like that, and how was it like transition to wrestling and far as working out, or is it the same?
For me, it's kind of the same because, you know, I don't want to lose that edge.
Gotcha.
I don't want to lose my speed or my strength. I don't want to lose my dynamicism, my explosiveness. So for me, I try to do a lot of the same things because it works.
Okay.
You know, and I know some people train differently, but I like to do stuff that's going to translate in the ring. You know, a lot of the things that I do are very explosive, and I have to be pretty athletic. I got to be on my toes for a lot of those things, and so I can't take a day off in the gym just like I can't take a day off in the ring.
Okay. Is there any kind of like let me see, like dieting or?
I do carnivore diet.
Okay. Can you explain that to me? 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
trying to learn. You know.
Yeah. And I've tried a lot of them too, a lot of different diets.
Okay.
But this one makes me feel the strongest, makes me feel the best, makes me have the most energy. I just eat a lot of steak, a lot of beef, and a lot of eggs, Greek yogurt, a little bit of fruit, but that's pretty much it. You know, I wake up and I eat a bunch of eggs, and I'll have some Greek yogurt. At lunch, I'll have a steak or a burger, and at dinner, I'll have a big old steak or another burger. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you be working out too, man.
Yeah.
Take notes.
You guys are both in good shape. Yeah.
Ooh, I got the dad bod.
Speak
Yeah. I got the dad bod over here, man. I used to have the 6-pack, man, back in high school. You know.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, home cooked meals, man.
That'll
Get up on
that'll
you,
do
man.
it.
You know, I got a great father-in-law, man. He can cook, man.
Oh,
Man,
that's
he
not
can
a bad problem to have.
It's not, man.
That's a
Oh,
bad
man.
problem to have.
Man, you know it's good when you put the fork in the steak and it just slide off, man.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Tender.
I'd be going over every night.
Oh man, yeah.
So I did want to touch on the beautiful piece of hardware that you have on there. Explain to the public, people, what that title is, man.
Yeah, this is the original Texas heavyweight title. This is the same one that Von Erichs held, that Gino Hernandez held. This is the one that was defended and won in World Class Championship Wrestling. There's a promoter for 360 Pro here in Texas, and he travels all over the state. He does shows all the way west, all the way east, in the center, north, south, and you know he wants to make opportunities for the boys, and you know he hitched his wagon to me, and you know this is the first time it was actually resuscitated really in a while. He has the original rights to it. So it's the same lineage, and I think it's just a little bit of history in it. This is something that I am really proud of because it's a testament to everything that I've done, all the work that I put in. You know, him wanting to associate his name and this name with me. I think that's just, you know, one of the coolest things. It's something that's going to go up on my wall in my house when it's all said and done. So, you know, I'm a very big Texas guy.
Yeah.
I represent Texas everywhere I go. Everywhere I go. So, you know, it's Texas versus everybody to me. And, you know, a lot of people feel that way. I live it, and I do it. And, you know, I take that with me every single time I go out of this state. And I take a lot of pride in that. So this is very close to home for me.
You got something?
Look, man, I'm a big fan of the Will Allday wardrobe. The boots,
That's right.
the jacket,
That's right.
man, just like you see on TV.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When he pulled up, that's the first thing I noticed. I said, "Man,
He's in gear.
He don't miss. He don't miss. I love it, man."
Yeah, I'm not coming in here looking like some slob wearing some workout gear or some like jeans that don't fit right, you know? Like you come in here and you want to be professional. You guys invite me here as professionals. I want to treat you guys with the same respect that you treat me.
I love the drip, man.
He's a superstar, Mike.
Man,
Feel good about you. You know, I'm used to this. You know what I'm saying? But you feel good. You're in the presence of a superstar right now.
So just talking about the gear, man. The jacket. That's classic Will Allday right there.
Yes, sir.
How did you dive into that? How did you dive into that fashion, man?
Well, I've always wanted to be a rock star, and you know, I wish I could go on stage and sing. I do a little bit of karaoke, right? But I loved Prince. I thought Prince was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So purple was where it was at for me, and also too, it was like, okay, these are just fucking cool. Okay, the boots are just cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
And you know, when I'm out there in the ring, I got my chrome silver boots too, and I'm authentic. I do it because that's who I am. That I wear this stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And this right here is just an homage to one of the greatest of all time, and Prince. And if you can check out the shirt.
Man, that's what I was finna
Yeah.
say. I said
Yeah.
that is a cool.
Yeah, it's Purple Rain right there. And it's some people will say it's a ripoff. No, it's an homage. It's because I got a lot of respect for that guy and everything he did and how he just evolved and transitioned over time into different styles, not just wardrobe, but musically. And I think that takes a lot of talent. That takes a lot of wherewithal, and it takes a lot of vision. And as an entertainer, I can only aspire to do something like that. And so that's where it started with. And I got some new gear I'll be debuting Saturday. So it's still got a little bit of purple in it, but a lot more bling.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask this too. So, we see you on TV, and what we see is pretty much what the fans get. For us we see.
Yeah.
Is there any hidden talent or anything outside of that we don't see that you possess? Cooking or favorite meal, anything, or play an instrument or anything that we don't know.
Oh man, like I said, I can sing a mean karaoke song.
Okay.
Right. I'll get out there. I might hit some Seven Nation Army White Stripes, and I might wipe the floor after I'm done because it's gonna be wet. Right.
Well, oh man,
It looks like we ran out of time. Unfortunately.
it made it.
That's okay. Just give them a little taste on the first time.
Yeah. We gotta have him back when he beat Terrell Temple up. So
Yeah,
That's right. When I do.
We got to bring them back. With that being said, before we get out of here, is anything you want to present to the world? Any positive messages, anything like that?
Yeah, I think we kind of hit on a lot of that stuff. Authenticity. I
Yeah.
think that's important in this day and age, is just being truthful and being honest with who you are and the message that you're trying to provide. I think that can do a lot of good in this world, and there's a lot of falsities out here right now, especially with people going back and forth and trying to divide. It's everything's a lot easier when you come together and work with each other.
Got you.
And I think that's a message that you can stand by at any time.
And can you let the people know where they can find you all over social media?
Yeah. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, all at the same handle. I am Mr. Allday, just like it sounds. Allday. My name's Will Allday. It's God-given. It's not something I had to make up, like somebody in WWE. But,
Okay.
other than that, yeah, man. Yeah, it's just like it sounds. Come find me. Come find me in person at a show, and we'll have a conversation. I think that's important.
Yeah, don't forget, man, get y'all tickets right now, Reality of Wrestling.
Summer of Champions.
Man, go tap in with them right now, man. I'm Mikey, man, sort of facts.
And y'all know what time it is, man. Don't watch me, watch Dynamite TV. And thank you
so much,
again
man, for this opportunity.
Will. Man, appreciate it. It's been a long time coming.
Look, you know what? All right, it's my fault, y'all. We definitely gonna have them back, and we enjoyed this. And again, thank you so much for the opportunity.
God bless you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. When y'all down with the PWO, you're down for life.